All we know is that there was at least 15 vehicles involved in the crash. We know from the State Patrol that the crash or the chain reaction was started by a large semi-truck that jackknifed while trying to stop for traffic ahead, and that jackknife truck hit a logging truck, which in turn hit one or more vehicles. But the total vehicles involved was about 15. Because of their large size, trucking accidents cause much more damage, much more catastrophic injuries. Oftentimes the money at stake as far as the values of the claims involved is significant. Victims of trucking accidents and their family members need to know 5 important things. Number one, the trucking companies take these accident cases very seriously, and they almost from the very start will perform an immediate investigation. Oftentimes that investigation is performed alongside of the police while the police does its job at the scene. Number two, the trucking companies have several attorneys, defense attorneys, on retainer and on call to respond to a specific accident. Oftentimes these attorneys will actually go out to the scene of the accident right after the accident has happened. Those attorneys will talk to witnesses, talk to the police, and perform their own investigation of what happened. However, those attorneys are more focused on protecting their client, the trucking company and the driver, than they are as far as finding out the true cause of the accident. Number three, trucking companies will often hire truck reconstruction experts immediately after the accident. In Washington State, there's only a handful of good trucking accident reconstruction experts because of their expertise that's required. Oftentimes the trucking companies will hire those experts to prevent a claimant or a claimant's attorney from hiring a good expert in the future when the claim arises or if the claim is going to be litigated. Because there's only a handful of those experts, that can have a significant impact on the likelihood of success in a later civil action brought by the victim or the victim's attorney. Number four, oftentimes the police investigation is not 100% accurate. Oftentimes the police agency that responds to these types of accidents don't have the manpower, don't have the number of reconstruction experts that are necessary to piece together what happened and determine the true cause of the accident. Because of that, the police often will perform a superficial investigation or will not perform a thorough investigation that is necessary for the victims to obtain true justice in their case. For instance, sometimes the police doesn't follow up with every witness. Sometimes the police doesn't get witness statements for everybody that saw exactly what happened. Sometimes the police doesn't collect all of the evidence at the scene. Sometimes the police doesn't take all of the measurements of the road markings on the roadway, which is significant because oftentimes it's the road markings that can help the police determine who caused the accident, how fast the vehicles were moving, what type of evasive precautions were taken by drivers involved in the accident. Number five, trucking companies go to extraordinary lengths to defend these cases. They know from experience that there's likely to be one or more claims. Oftentimes those claims are significant, and so they go to extraordinary efforts to begin to mount an aggressive defense in anticipation of claims being made. In addition, the trucking company's own insurance company gets involved, and that insurance company hires its own attorneys and its own experts to help defend the claim. So you've actually got two parties that are mounting an aggressive defense of any one significant trucking accident case. Oftentimes the difference between a very successful case and a not so successful case as far as the victim is concerned is how quickly and thoroughly the investigation is performed right after the accident. So if a victim and or his family member can remember these 5 important points, they can go a long ways as far as increasing the chances of securing maximum compensation for their injuries and losses.